Hi, Lions. Thanks for joining me for another lesson. Today, we're going to learn a few more vowel pairs to help us to become automatic with our reading and automatic when we spell. Okay, the first vowel pair I'm going to introduce you to says A. It makes the long A sound like the acorn. Remember, when you have a vowel pair, that means that you have two vowels together. And usually, when you have two vowels, there's a little saying when two vowels go a walking, usually the first one does the talking. So that's why this makes a long A sound. The second vowel is like a helper, and it helps the first vowel make a long vowel sound. So that's why this says A. Okay, my turn. A. Together, A. Your turn. Good job. Just like the acorn. And oops, I'm getting a text. Let me silence that. Sorry, guys. And this line is showing us that usually you are not going to see this at the end of a word. Usually it'll be in the middle of a word or the beginning of a word. So this says A. And I added this to our visual up here so you've got it. And it's like in the words rain and paid. Those are some examples that have this new vowel pair in it. The second vowel pair we have, this also says A. Now you might be thinking, why is not a vowel? Sometimes Y acts as a vowel. So when you see AY together, this is acting as a vowel pair. So the Y is helping the A make a long vowel sound. So when you see this, it says A. Together, A. Your turn, good. And this line is indicating that this spelling is usually going to be at the end of a word or at the end of a syllable. So, for example, like in the words stay and gray, you see how this is at the end of the word, whereas this vowel pair was in the middle of the word. So here we have it in the middle, and here we have it at the end. So you're usually going to see this at the end of the syllable or at the end of the word. And this says A. And we'll continue practicing that so you're automatic with it. Okay, let's look at our other phonics cards that we know. So take a look here, and what do you notice about this syllable? Yes, we have that silent E at the end. And that silent E helps the first E say its name. So this says E. Together, E. Your turn. Good. Just like the eagle. Good job. This says ch. Together, ch. Your turn. Good. This is a digraph. Remember, a digraph is when you have two or more letters. Here we have three that make one sound. Good. And this one, of course, is another silent E syllable. The E is silent, but it helps the first vowel make its long vowel sound. So this says you. Together, you. Your turn. Good. Just like the unicorn. But U also has a second long vowel sound, and that is oo. Together, oo. Your turn. Good job, Lions. This says S. Together, S. Your turn. Good. Remember, we've got our cue card back here. C can say S like the letter S whenever it's followed by an E, I, or Y. Otherwise, it says K. K. Together, K. Your turn. Good job. My turn. K. Together, K. Your turn. Good job. My turn. I. Together, I. Your turn. Good job. Just like the ice. This, of course, is another silent E syllable. My turn. Together, your turn. Good job. Another digraph, we have two letters that make one sound. My turn, s, together, s. Your turn, good job. My turn, E, together, E. Your turn. This is a vowel pair because we have two vowels that are working together. So this vowel's silent and it's helping this vowel make its long vowel sound. My turn, w, together, w. Your turn, good, like the wheezing whale. My turn, I, together, I. Your turn, good. This is acting like a vowel. My turn, k, together, k. Your turn, good job. My turn, E, together, E. Your turn, good. Remember, when you have Y at the end of a multi-syllabic word, it makes the long E sound. My turn, O, together, O. Your turn, like the open door. And this, of course, is another silent E syllable type because we have the silent E at the end that helps the vowel make a long vowel sound. The first vowel, again, silent E syllable type. So this says A, together, A. Your turn, good. So now we know three ways to make the long A sound, like at the beginning of acorn. We have the silent E syllable, and then we have two different vowel pairs, AI and AY. My turn. S, together, S. Your turn. Good job. My turn. E, together, E. Your turn. Like the eagle, this is another vowel pair. When you have two vowels go a walking, usually the first one does the talking. So this is silent and it helps this vowel say its long vowel sound. My turn, or, together, or. Your turn. This, of course, is one of our R-controlled vowels. And it's like in the sound fork, in case you forget the sound. This one is together, Your turn. This is another R-controlled vowel. And if you remember here, we have three ways to make the sound. ER, IR also says and UR says together, Your turn. Good job. My turn, together, Your turn. Good. R, together, R. Your turn. Good. Just like the car. Okay, let's practice reading those sounds and words. So let's take a look at this first one. And whenever we're trying to decode a syllable or a word, we always look where the vowels are. And so we have an A and an I, which of course is a vowel pair. So that means the first vowel will be long. The second vowel we're not going to hear. Remember, the second vowel is a helping vowel because when two vowels go a walking, usually the first one does the talking. So let's read this with a long A. Ready? Claim, claim. Good job. Now let's look at the vowel. We have an O followed by an R. So this second word is an R-controlled word. The way we code, whoops, I accidentally wrote on the C, but it's okay. The way we code an R-controlled word or an R-controlled vowel is we circle it, and then underneath you put an R. I don't have much room. So there's my R. So let's read this and remember this as or. Ort. Sport. Okay, AY, we learned, is a vowel pair. And so that means the Y is silent and it helps the first vowel say its name. So this will be a long A and the Y is going to be silent. Ready? Tray. Tray. They brought out a tray of cookies. Let's look at this word. We have an A and then E at the end. Whenever we have E at the end of a syllable or the end of a word, it's a silent E syllable. So that E is silent, but it helps the first vowel say its long vowel sound. Let's sound it. Flame. Flame. Okay, I see A-Y. So that is another vowel pair. So the Y is silent, and it's helping the A say its long vowel sound. Ready? Spray, spray. Okay, the rest of these are syllables. So let's take a look here. We have AI, which is a vowel pair. So the A is long, I is silent. Aced, aced. Good job. Okay, we have O followed by R. So this is an R controlled vowel. So I'm going to circle it. And then I put the R underneath of it. We know this says or. St, or. Read with me. Store. Good job. Okay, we have UR. So whenever you have an R after a vowel, it is an R controlled vowel. So we're going to circle it and put an R underneath. And we know UR says just like on our card here, So let's read this with Serp, serp. Okay, last one. We have AY, so a vowel pair, which means the Y is silent and the A is long. So let's read this with a long A. Smay, smay. Good job, guys. Okay, last thing we're going to do is one of our morphemic transformations. Remember, a morpheme is the smallest unit you can have in a word that makes meaning. So I'm going to write a base word on our whiteboard. And the base word that I am going to write is illustrate. So if I illustrate a book, I'm adding pictures. And so this is an action word. So this is a verb, illustrate. Okay. Now I'm going to change it to a noun. And I'm going to make it illustrator. So look at this. I just changed 2 letters at the end. So it went from illustrate to illustrator. An illustrator is a person who creates illustrations or a person who creates the pictures to go along with a book. And so now this is a noun because it's a person. And I'm going to make it a noun, but actually I'm going to change it the type of noun so it will be a thing. So instead of at the end, I'm going to make it illustration. Illustration. And so this is also a noun because a noun is a person, place, or a thing. An illustration is the picture in a book. And so that is a thing. So that's why it's still a noun. But isn't that cool that you can change the ending of the word and it completely changes the meaning of the word? All right. Join me tomorrow and we're going to learn some new sight syllables. We will practice breaking words apart into the individual syllables and reading syllable by syllable. And we'll also practice some spelling. All right, Lions, I hope you have a great day and join me right back here tomorrow. Bye.